Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for SUI render and FET price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with a SUI on the daily where we have a three waves toward the upside, potentially finished wave A. Currently we're looking at a potential triangle here, formation as an A, B, C, D, and an E, and then of course looking again for wave C toward the upside. This triangle as an ABC currently has finished here a potential leading diagonal on wave A, B, and we're looking for a wave C. This wave C has to finish, of course, somehow in an impulse internally and to see, of course, a finished zigzag for a wave C here. In another possibility, of course, you might have an impulse here as an ABC. Of course, the 886 is not taken yet, and you still, of course, in between the 0.618, 0.786, and you might still have, of course, a wave 3 toward the upside, or potentially a wave C even, in case that this is a bigger ABC, and then we drop down later on. So basically, the answer is, of course, inside this micro level for this area. Are we going to finish an impulse and then, of course, moving for a wave D in a, of course, triangle here, D and a wave E, and then moving for higher, or it's going to be simply a finished wave 2 here, and then, of course, taking confirmation for higher, potential 5.8, of course, for a wave C over there. Now, if we dive deeper inside it on the micro level, we can see that we have here potentially an impulse downward, which it was not yet invalidated, meaning if you are in a 1-2 here after the leading diagonal, potentially here 1-2, 1-2, and then 3-4 and a 5. In case that this is something as an A, B, and a C, also is very likely where you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. This wave 5 is unfolding as an ending diagonal. We're still looking, of course, here for a potential wave 3, 1, 2, 3, which it has to hit, of course, the 0.786 and the 0.886, 2.15, $2.09. In case that we are in the wave A and we're looking at the wave B there, and you start, of course, the impulse there in double 1-2 without invalidation, of course, that means you are in potential for 5 as well, meaning one single move toward the downside, taking this low and not necessarily to take the wick again, can be, of course, a potential finished impulse, and then we move toward the upside. The movement toward the upside might be, of course, the wave D as explained, meaning we might see another zigzag for higher prices. And of course, in this case, the wave D might be unfolding. In case that we break the invalidation of triangle, meaning taking the high of the wave B, meaning there is no triangle anymore, we can consider this as a wave 1, as an A, B, and a C here, hitting the wave 2 and then moving toward the upside. Yep, so these are the possibility right now for SUI in major price action here, where we are looking on the micro even much more on the 15-minute chart. The things also are starting to look like as a triangle here. So we gotta be careful, of course, with this triangle, meaning another triangle might be unfolding here as a three waves down for A, wave B, wave C, wave D might still be unfolding, and then of course having wave E, and finally finalizing a wave 5 toward the downside to take even the low potentially in case that's happened. However, of course, the price right now where we are looking here at a potential impulse toward the upside can be, of course, very likely, can be a 1-2 here, and you're having kind of like a wave 3 finished, and you're having a wave 4 and continuation toward the upside, unless that this is a full impulse here for a wave A, B, and a C toward the upside. But still, of course, nothing yet clear that we are looking for bullish, because of course you don't have anything ready here for bullish as a 1-2 here. And this is, of course, something very corrective in a complex structure. That means, of course, definitely if we move for higher here to finish up, of course, a potential wave C, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 can be possible, which it can be, of course, the possibility of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 downward, or an A, B, and a C for continuation for the wave 3. And this wave 3, of course, has to be a zigzag, where the wave B is still unfolding here, potentially for the zigzag after an impulse, a correction, impulse. This correction might still be playing, and then, of course, moving later on for lower prices. That was it for SUI. Let's move for render. For render, we still, of course, here in the daily, of course, in something can be bullish, of course, but of course we need to still to finish a structure, meaning after three waves toward the upside wave A, we got three waves down followed by a triangle. Meaning from this area or from this top, we started a structure as a wave A. This is your wave B as triangle, and you're looking for a wave C. We still need the time. Don't forget that the time is a very necessarily factor here to get confidence again, of course, in the market after this week. And we might be here in a potential ABC. Now, the thing is that you can be in an ABC or you can be even in a W, X, and a wave Y. The wave Y can be an impulse, correction, impulse as a zigzag, and then moving toward the upside until we reach the right time for render as well. So basically, I would say that we're still looking something for lower prices. It can be, of course, on the micro level, something moving higher a little bit, and then, of course, continuation later on for the structure. We're gonna see this clearly inside it, but of course, I'm still expecting at the end a lower structure here to finish a wave C or a wave Y and W, X, and a Y. So in both case scenarios, if this happens, you will finish three ways up, three ways down, and then continuation impulsively toward the upside. In case we are in 1-2, 1-2, the same scenario applies for wave 2. However, the wave 2 will be a very long time here, but still can be possible, of course, in case we are heading for wave 3 toward the upside. Higher possibility is a wave A and then getting a wave B. On the 2 hours chart for a render here, we are looking at two different scenarios. Starting from the wave E here, we start to see an impulse wave 1, 2, followed by double 1, 2s, of course, here, where you might have a 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 toward the downside. Now, there are several possibilities here that they are unfolding, most of them showing, of course, lower prices potentials. It can be also, of course, a diagonal, or it can be even still a triangle where you might still looking at a wave 4 because triangle, of course, is a characteristic for a wave 4, especially no invalidation taken from this one to the wave 4. This one might still be unfolding here as a kind of like a triangle where we might be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And then 4 and a 5 because you have, of course, another 1, 2. So basically, also you can count this as a finished wave 4 over there. This wave 4 is finished here, and you're looking here at something as diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. However, the wave 3 still need, of course, one more leg, 0.786, 0.886, of course, as a zigzag, where you have a zigzag correction, again, a zigzag, and another correction in zigzag, and of course, finally, wave 5 can be unfolding over there. So basically, I'm still looking for these scenarios right now to see in case that this is going to be finished at wave 3 and then heading, of course, a little bit higher for wave 4 and then, of course, wave 5 later on, which it might finish up, of course, this longest structure that we talk about it, of course, on the daily, taking some time here to create some confidence in the market that we reach the low and then moving toward the upside. Yep, so these are the possibilities for render. Let's see FET as well. For FET, we are looking also on the daily here. With the FET, we're looking at a potential three ways toward the upside and very clear three ways because, of course, of the zigzag here. You are in a W, X, and a wave Y. Potentially can be, of course, a wave Y here unfolding as as W, X, and Y finished wave A. Potentially you are unfolding wave B over there, and this wave B can start, of course, from three waves down in a wave A. You have a clear triangle here as an A, B, C, D, E, and we drop down. Now this drop was very fast, which is, of course, I believe this was the low of the bear market, meaning I doubt that we're gonna take this low again, but what I think is that we're gonna range for a time here, of course, until we finish a structure that, of course, answers the same pattern here almost for a wave A in time. And that means we might be, of course, in a potential zigzag here where you have an impulse already And of course, you're looking for a potential rebound and then wave C and then moving toward the upside here after finishing a wave B over there, wave C. So this is my possibility here, of course, for FET, and most of the coins actually are looking to finish the timing here required, of course, after a wave A and of course a wave B. We're still looking here for a wave C, at least in a regular flat, which it might be, of course, in this area. So it's not necessarily to take yet the one-to-one Fib level, guys. It can be, of course, somewhere here in this area that we start to think about something to be bullish, of course. And this is going to take, of course, until May 2026 at least. Yeah, the minimum time required until May 2026. So that is going to be a little bit, of course, longer sideways. Of course, we're gonna see up and downs. It's not gonna be like just downward the whole time. We're gonna see up and downs, but it's gonna be in this area, most of it. So basically, as a 1, 2, 3, we can see, of course, the wave 3 finished here as a 1, 2, 1, 2, and internally, of course, finished wave 3 here, potentially after this wave 5. And I consider this is a finished a 4 and a 5 based on the wave 2, that it looks fine, yeah. And we have reached that this is a wave 5, meaning very likely that we have finished here a potential wave A. We're looking for wave B and a C to unfold for the next price action here. And this might be, of course, the scenario that I'm talking about, like taking a little bit time here to range and to get something, of course, similar to what we have here in a wave A. Yeah, so on the daily, if we have a wave A here in a 3 waves, somehow like this, I'm looking here for a potential wave A, wave B. Wave C might take a little bit more time, guys. Yeah, so the wave A might be, of course, taking a little bit time here as a zigzag, I would say, and then having an impulse later on for wave C, and then moving toward the upside. So this time would be the minimum requirement, and I believe that the minimum can start something, yeah, since we got the low, guys. Okay, so we got the low. No need to take it again even, but I doubt that it's gonna be sideways triangle because we got already a triangle in case we are W, X, and Y. It's very rare case to take to, of course, get double triangles like following each other. So very likely that we might be in a zigzag here, especially that this is impulsive, this wave there. So A, B, and a C, very likely for FET as well. Yep, so these are the possibilities here for FET, Render, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.